Good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's live. It's the breastfeeding week, and today's live is dedicated to all those new mothers who have been breastfeeding their babies and also dedicated to the to be moms. Now, the question that I get asked very often is, my baby getting sufficient quantity of milk? Am I making enough milk? So the question is always about quantity. But do you know that your body, irrespective of how old your baby is, will know how much quantity of milk your body needs to produce to meet your baby's demands? So instead of just worrying about the quantity, what you should really be concerned about is the quality, because the quality of the milk will depend on what you are eating. So what kind of macronutrients, what kind of micronutrients you as a mother have been consuming. All right, so this depends on what kind of fat storage you have, what kind of micronutrients are there present in your body, and that will help to give your kids or your baby the right kind of nutrition. Now, how do we ensure that we are giving our babies the right kind of nutrition? There are four simple rules. The first rule is eat a balanced meal. Do not just focus on eating protein, or I need to have more protein so my baby is going to get more protein, or I need to have lots of fat so the baby is going to get sufficient amount of fats. No, but it has to be a balanced meal. Like in the previous lives that I've done, I've spoken about eating balanced meals to meet that the whole food matrix. And your baby also needs the whole food matrix, so they need the macros as well as the micros, right? And just by adding extra protein, your body is not going to assimilate that extra protein, and your baby is not going to get the extra protein. All right, so ensure that you have a good balance of different kinds of macros and micros. Next, very important point that you need to remember is stay away from all those stimulants, especially coffee and alcohol. I'm not saying to completely go off coffee, but about 2 or 3 cups per day are sufficient enough of caffeine that you're going to be consuming. And alcohol is a complete no from me. But if you have to, or there is an occasion that really calls for alcohol, you could always keep a gap of 2 hours between having the drink and feeding your baby. And as far as the caffeine or the tannins in your tea are concerned, they interfere with the absorption of nutrients. So you might want to go a little slow on caffeine. You could have 2 or 3 cups a day, and that's going to be good enough for you as well. Next is the supplements that your doctor prescribes. So we're really blessed that our gynacs really help us, and they prescribe supplements, and you got to take them, especially calcium, vitamin B12, vitamin D, and also iron. Now, a lot of women stop taking supplements because they're really bored of taking them, or there's no proper guidance, and sometimes they miss their appointments and their follow-ups with their doctors, so they completely give up on their supplements. But you need to understand that these supplements are really important, because sometimes you may not be really getting, or you're not really having enough food to eat, and your body's requirements have now slightly increased because you're feeding a baby also. So make sure that you take these supplements at least for a year, and do it under professional guidance, right? And the fourth point is make sure that you have good amounts of fat, and your goal post pregnancy is not just to lose weight and get back in shape as quick as possible. That should not be your goal. All right, you will experience an increased appetite. There will also be cravings sometimes, so ensure that you eat a meal every 1 or 2 hours, or when you feel hungry. But be careful of those unhealthy calories. So all your unhealthy calories are going to come from your crisps and cookies and biscuits and breads and all those refined carbs. So stay away from those. Instead of just focusing on the the calories, focus on the quality of the calories. So ensure that your meals or whatever foods you're eating are rich in nutrition and not just empty calories. All right. The next thing that I want to tell you are two do's that you have to do. One is increase your fruit intake. So eat at least up to 2 or 3 fruits every day. And how you have to eat them is, do not juice your fruits. Remember, do not chop them up finely and make them into a salad, a fancy salad with some nuts and seeds on the top. Of course, you can eat nuts and you can eat seeds, but don't put it on top of your fruits and eat it. First of all, you're not supposed to chop your fruits finely and have them. Next is, don't juice them up. Don't make smoothies and fruit juices and get all excited that, oh, I'm increasing my water intake, I'm increasing, I'm meeting my hydration requirements. No. In fact, when you juice your fruits, you're losing out on the nutrients. You're breaking down the fiber unnecessarily, and what it just is just a cup of sugar. You're losing all those antioxidants, you're losing all the micronutrients that you're supposed to get from your fruits. All right, so stop juicing your fruits. Next point that you need to remember is, do not eat foods that do not agree with you. Just because it's good for your baby, don't just eat them because they will cause some problem to you or to your baby. So ensure that you're not eating foods that don't agree with you, because you cannot blame yourself if there's something that happens to your baby has a colic or things like that. So you need to ensure that you're eating foods that suit you and don't cause any problem to you. Right now, what are the foods that you're supposed to eat? Number one on the list is gond, also known as dink. It's nothing but edible gum, and in North India we make something called as panjiri out of it, which is given to all lactating mothers post pregnancy. You could also make a rab or a kheer out of it with different kinds of nuts, and it's usually made with wheat flour. And the third way of having it is in the form of a tea. So if you want the recipe for the tea, please feel free to message me directly and I'll send you the recipe. So gond tea is something that is also very, very essential post pregnancy. Now this is not just to increase your milk supply, but to also ensure that you heal, your body restores. It helps to build lean muscle and also get a lot of calcium into your system through gond. The next on the list is ajwain. Ajwain is, our carom seeds. Now, how do you consume it? Again, you can put it in your chapati dough, chapati atta, and have it. You can also have a tea made out of it. You